The older I get, the more I think the ending of Danganronpa V3 isn't just disappointing. It actively undermines the entire franchise it was built on. And before anyone says it, yes, I know the ending is supposed to be open to interpretation. I've heard every explanation. I've read every essay. I understand what Kodaka was trying to say. I just don't think it works. My biggest issue isn't that the ending is confusing. My issue is that it spends the entire game asking me to emotionally invest in these characters, only to pull the rug out from under literally everything. Let's start with the Season 53 reveal. You're telling me that Danganronpa V3 doesn't even mean version 3. It means the 53rd season of a reality TV show. Think about how absurd that is. The mastermind isn't some terrifying symbol of despair anymore. It's basically an employee at a media company. Team Danganronpa is just this soulless corporation kidnapping teenagers, rewriting their personalities, implanting fake memories, and broadcasting them murdering each other because people keep watching. Okay, that's certainly a concept. But then the game goes one step further. It says the Hope's Peak Academy storyline, the games we've spent years getting attached to, is just fictional media inside the V3 universe. So Makoto's journey? Apparently just a video game. Hajime overcoming Izuru? Just a story people bought at the store. Chiaki's death? Nagito's entire character? The emotional moments that made people love this franchise? Fiction inside fiction. Now, before someone types, but our Danganronpa isn't fictional, only their version is, I know, that's the intended reading. But emotionally, it doesn't land that way. Because the game deliberately frames the Hope's Peak saga as disposable media consumed by an obsessed audience. It takes everything fans cared about and recontextualizes it as corporate entertainment. That's not a satisfying twist. That's just telling your audience that the thing they loved was always just another product. And then we get to what might be my least favorite part. The ending decides we are the villains, the audience. Apparently, we're the monsters because we wanted another Danganronpa. I'm sorry, who made another Danganronpa? The game wants to lecture me about consuming fictional violence, while selling me a $60 game about teenagers murdering each other. It spends 30 hours entertaining me with elaborate executions, colorful serial killers, shocking plot twists, and over-the-top class trials. Then looks directly into the camera and goes, you people are sick for enjoying this. Excuse me? You made it. Imagine a horror movie ending with the director walking on screen to tell you that watching horror movies makes you a bad person. That's not profound. That's obnoxious. And then there's the memory twist. Every personality, every talent, every fear, every tragic backstory. Downloaded. Kaido's heroism? Programmed. Maki's assassin past? Programmed. Shuichi's insecurity? Programmed. So what exactly did these characters overcome? Nothing. They didn't heal from trauma. They were given trauma. They didn't grow into who they became. Someone literally installed their personalities like software. That completely destroys the emotional weight of their development for me, because character growth is compelling when someone changes despite their circumstances, not when HR installs character backstory V4.2 into their brain before the game starts. Now, I know the ending tries to argue that fiction still has value, and I actually agree with that message. The problem is, the game spends 20 minutes dismantling every emotional investment you've built before trying to rebuild it with a philosophical speech. And here's the funniest part. The absolute funniest part. The ending of V3 is basically one giant message saying, stop demanding sequels. Corporate greed ruins art. Franchises should end. Don't keep recycling these killing games forever. Kodaka practically drops the mic. The franchise is over. Team Danganronpa is evil because they keep exploiting the same formula over and over again. And then real life happened. Spike Chunsoft announces Danganronpa 2x2. You literally cannot make this up. V3 warns us about corporations endlessly recycling beloved characters for profit. And then the real company turns around and says, hey, remember the Goodbye Despair cast? Let's throw them back onto Jabberwock Island and give them a whole new set of murders. The irony is unbelievable. The fictional villain was Team Danganronpa. The real world company accidentally became Team Danganronpa. Life imitated art so perfectly that it almost feels intentional. If anything, Danganronpa 2x2 proves V3's criticism better than V3 ever did. Because when corporate money is involved, the franchise never actually ends. And maybe that's the most Danganronpa twist of all.